Good morning. Today is Thursday, February 16th, 2017. Welcome to school today.
Stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for the Portland Promise.
I promise to be responsible by doing what is right. I promise to be respectful by being thoughtful and kind toward others. I promise to be safe with my words and actions.
Today's lunch is jazz hands, spaghetti and meatballs, chicken fajita salad, entree salad, grilled cheese sandwich, roll, cooked carrots, French fries, tossed salad, mandarin oranges, and soy and fresh fruit.
Today's forecast will be scattered clouds. The high is 55 degrees and the low is 40 degrees. Have a great day.
Imagine you come home with a pet you didn't expect. This is what happened to Mr. Popper's penguins. My favorite character is black, white, and likes to eat fish. It's Captain Cook the penguin. The best part of the story is when there was a lot of baby penguins. If you like adventure and humor, you should read Mr. Popper's Penguins. This is Olivia reporting for Portland Elementary Library. I give you Mr. Popper's Penguins. 10 stars for adventure and humor.
Imagine that your dad brought home a penguin and you are really happy. Well, that's what happened to Janie and Bill in the book Mr. Popper's Penguins by Richard and Florence Atwater. I think that Captain Cook is really funny and silly. My favorite part was when they all went to the theater and two of the penguins were fighting, but was still an act on stage. If you like funny and adventurous book, then you should read this book. This book is also on Epic, and on a scale from 1 to 10, I rate this book 10 stars.
Hi, my name is Delilah. Imagine you got an unexpected pet. This is what happened to Mr. Popper and Mr. Popper's Penguins by Richard and Florence Atwater. My favorite character in this book is black, white, and he loves the cold. His name is Captain Cook. He is the very first penguin. A highlight in the story is when we got the baby penguins / chicks. I think that second and up should read this book. This is Delilah signing off, and I give Mr. Popper's Penguins a 10 in adventure, humor. And I would also like to announce that this book is on Epic. Hope you like our reviews.
Check out Mr. Popper's Penguins
At our library.
Have a great day, Portland!
Hello, Portland. This is Black History Month, and on our announcements, we are going to be talking about famous African Americans who changed our world. Today, we will be discussing about George Washington Carver, and we're going to show his biography. A biography is a book or text about somebody's life. One interesting fact about George Washington Carver is that he made over 100 recipes using the peanut.
When it comes to inventors, many people create inventions for wealth. There are others that create inventions for helping people. The next inventor I want to talk to you about is George Washington Carver. Do you know who George Washington Carver is? If you don't, that's okay, because right now I am ready to talk to you about a famous inventor named George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver was an inventor who used plants in hundreds of ways to help the world today. George Washington Carver was born into slavery in 1864 near Diamond Grove, Missouri, on the farm of his master, Moses Carver. At that time, George's parents were purchased as slaves. Their names were Mary and Giles. Moses Carver purchased them both for $700. As an infant, George Washington Carver went through a hard time with his mother. George, his sister, and his mother were taken from his father's farm by Confederate night raiders. His master Moses eventually found George, but never recovered his mother and sister. During these times, black people were not allowed to go to public school, but George found a school 10 miles south in Neosho, where he traveled to go to school. When he reached the town, he found the school was closed for the night and slept in a nearby barn until he could later find a room to rent. Growing up, George took a fascination in plants. He was even known in his neighborhood as the plant doctor. So when neighbors found their plants sick, they would take them to George and he would help them get well. Even though he did not get a chance to work with plants in school until his late 20s, he went after his passion, attending Iowa State College of Agriculture and Mechanic Arts. While attending school, George was a leader on campus studying botany and horticulture. He was later asked in 1896 by then school president of Tuskegee Institute, Booker T. Washington, to be the head of its agriculture department. Carver taught at the Tuskegee Institute for 47 years. In the South, agriculture was a major part of how they made money. Crops differed throughout the South, and they had plenty of peanuts to go around. This is where George Washington Carver made his mark on the industry by using peanuts and other plants to make wonderful inventions. In his rise to fame, Carver used plant biology to focus on experiments using peanuts, sweet potatoes, soybeans, and pecans. Some of the inventions that George Washington Carver was known for suggesting to Southern farmers were adhesives, bleach, buttermilk, chili sauce, mayonnaise, shaving cream, and more. Only 3 inventions were patented under George's name. The patents were for cosmetics, paints, and stains. George Washington Carver was accepted around the world and even received praise from then President of the United States of America, Theodore Roosevelt, who admired his work. President Roosevelt even asked for George's advice for help on agricultural matters in the United States. With his inventions and creativity, George Washington Carver helped to change the world. Never seeking money, he will always be remembered as a great contributor to our society. Even when visiting his tombstone, it says, he could have added fortune to fame, but caring for neither. He found happiness and honor in being helpful to the world. So I hope you enjoyed this quick biography on the inventor, George Washington Carver.
If you want to learn more about George Washington Carver, check out these books in our library.
This newscast was presented to you by
Summer O'Neill,
Michael Cook.
Karma Mitchell.
Have a great day, Portland!